Yes, good afternoon, our learners. Hopefully you are doing fine, and it is my apex hope that you're still trying to work hard and become better people. Welcome to our English lesson today. And as you can see in my first slide, we have the word comprehension. I'm quite sure that this is not the first time you're hearing about the word comprehension. To comprehend is to understand. To comprehend is to understand. So you have the word comprehension, where you expected to read a passage, to read a story, and then you understand the content, and later you expected to answer some questions. Am I clear up to that very point? Yes. So how do we go about this? On advisory opinion, you are supposed to read the passage a number of times, quite a number of times. You can go through the passage once, at least to get to know what the story is all about. Then you're also supposed to read using a pen or a pencil the second time, underlining the keywords. Then after that, it is expected that you go through the questions without answering. Try to remember, try to figure out whether you can remember what you read in the story, and as you remember, just try to note where that is in the comprehension. Underline the keywords, underline where the questions have been lifted from. If it's question number 26, is coming from the first passage, first paragraph, sorry, underline where it is, then write 26. That way, you'll be in a position to answer the questions correctly. Number two, it is also important, very vital for the learners to know that you answer the questions according to the passage, not according to your own view, not according to what you have learned in other areas. Answer the questions as per the passage given. You understand? So I want to take time and we read through the passage together. Hopefully you are attentive. So I'll be reading through it and maybe trying to bring about clarification of where you don't understand. Then I will also expect you to read it again and then answer the questions that will come after the passage. Can we get the boat sailing? Can we start? Very good. Let's go. Read the passage below and answer the questions. From the time one starts going to school, success seems to be the aim. So we're going to underline the word success. The teacher keeps repeating it in class, and once you are through with education, it is still repeated at workplace. So we are talking about success. That's the theme, yeah? If you took your time to watch people who work like a clock, people who are ever busy, you might know why they succeed. If you take your time to think about people who are never idle, people who never waste their time, people who utilize their time well, people who understand at the back of their mind that time is a valuable resource, more often than not, these people succeed. Half of their time is spent reading to better understand themselves, to create self-awareness. Who am I? Are you getting that? To understand themselves. Who am I? What can I do? What am I able to do? What can I do best? Good. Without lifelong learning, you cannot do well. You are not going to get very far in life based on what you already know. Life is a learning process. Education does not have an end. In fact, let me bring to your attention that you start dying the moment you stop reading. Your mind starts aging the moment you stop reading. So just as an encouragement, it is important for you to read voluminous books, read a lot of them, and by so doing, you keep your mind young, you keep your brain young. You understand? Yes, let us proceed. It is suggested that you should read at least one self-development book a month. Life is about progress. Life is about development. My only competitor today is the person I were yesterday. Therefore, I would urge, I would strive actually to live better than I were yesterday. My tomorrow should be better than today. You understand that? So that is very important. So read books that talk about self-development. You move from one phase to another, from one stage to another. You understand that? Yes. You could play games which challenge and train your mind and teach others what to learn. Yes, we have games that train the mind. We have games that poses challenges to us. So we can play those games, and by so doing, our mind will expand. We will see the world in a wider spectrum. We will see the world in a wider range. You start thinking differently. The only problem with us is that we just want to remain with what we know. You get to know that you don't know enough. And actually, let me tell you, to be calm is always better than to be. Always yearn to be calm. That way, you become a better person. Reading itself is not enough. Apply what you have learned in life. Application of knowledge. You understand? Let us move on. Have you ever heard the statement that you are an average of your 5 closest friends? This is confirmed by the law of averages. We have what we call the law of averages, which says that the result of any given situation will be average of all the outcomes. The people you spend most of your time with affect how you think, the decisions you make, your self-esteem, and even how successful you will be. So think of your friends. That is why I've always insisted that we need to choose our friends wisely, because bad company ruins good morals, as they say, and also fine feathers make fine birds. So if you want to become a successful person in future, yes, this message is for you. Look for good friends. Don't associate with bad friends. Don't associate with bad company. You understand that? Very good. Now, let's proceed. You might be closer. You might consider, yourself as an independent thinker who isn't affected by your friends, but studies have shown that we are more affected by our environment than we think. The environment that we are in affects us a great deal. Therefore, there is no way you can object and say that I am a dependent thinker. If you keep working with people who don't like studying, if you keep associating with people who don't like working, eventually you get to that trend. You become a lazy person. That is why it is important for you to associate with yourself with people who have best choices in life. Of course, you cannot have an ambition of becoming an eagle and you continue associating with that, and hence you never learn to fly. You understand me? Very good. Let us proceed. You might consider yourself as an independent thinker who is not affected by your friends, but studies have shown that we are more affected by our environment than we think. Befriend people who have higher standards than you, and you learn a lot from them. You understand? Let us move on to the next one. Yeah, comprehension continued. Time is the most valuable asset you have that not even money can buy. Utilize your time properly. In my previous discussion, I said that we all have 24 hours in a day. Life is like a briefcase. It depends with how much we can pack, what content we can pack in that briefcase. You get that people make money very early in the morning when we are still asleep. Others have learned a lot in the morning hours. You're still asleep. And as you know, the witty man was right as rain when they said, the warmer the blanket, the colder the future. Do you want your future to be cold? Certainly not, isn't it? Yeah, so therefore, try as much as you can to spend your time properly, try to utilize your time properly, utilize the morning hours properly, and of course, you're going to grow, right? Yes. Once you spend your time, it is gone forever and you cannot buy more of it. Time wasted will never be recovered, in simpler terms. You cannot rent more of the time. You cannot borrow time. Yeah? And successful people don't understand how valuable time is, and they squander it on meaningless activities. You could be at home, very busy trying to run some errands, trying to bury yourself in the books, trying to complete assignments and beat deadlines. But here comes a friend, an ally, a comrade, who is telling you that you should attend a cocktail party. You see, you're supposed to tell this kind of a person, yeah, I don't think I have time for that. I've got better things to do with my time. You understand that? Yes. Many people do not do well simply because they major in minor things. Like I've always said, yeah, we're supposed to give our brains a bigger assignment, big assignments. Let us major on major things. You understand? Not minor things. Are you understanding that? Give everything you are involved in 100% attention and achieve the desired results more effectively. Life has a universal way of giving you what you put in. So in whatever you put in, life has a universal way of giving an output. You'll be rewarded because of what you do. If you do nothing, expect nothing. If you do something, expect something. And if you're doing something, it depends with the degree, the rate at which you're doing this thing. So therefore, do it, give it 100% attention. Are you following me? Right. That is why you should follow excellence in all things. Let me tell you, excellence is not an achievement. Excellence is a living spirit. We are supposed to strive to excel. In life, we are supposed to go for gold and nothing less, because we were not born losers. We were born winners. We were born very original. Let us go for the best things in life. The best things in life belong to those who do not lose hope, to those who believe. Are you getting that? To get the best results, do your most crucial work when your energy levels and brain power are at their peak. For most people, these are the first 3 hours of their day. When you get tired, you will have more time to invest in developing yourself and learning. It is not hard to make decisions when you know what your values are. Sit with a paper and a pen and write down your lifetime goals, your yearly goals, your monthly goals, weekly goals, and even daily goals. Ensure you write down a strategy on how to achieve them and live each day intentionally. In my previous discussion, I say that a person without goals in life is just like a footballer in a football pitch who does not understand where the goal mouth is. That is why we have cases of own goals. You score at your own goal mouth. You understand that? We need to have goals, and then they should be having timelines. We should have a daily goal, a weekly goal, a monthly goal, an yearly goal by the end of this year, I will have achieved this. By the end of the day, I'll have done this. You come to school, you report to school every day, but in the evening before you go home, have you ever stopped to ponder and think, I came home in the morning, what have I carried home, back home from school? What is this new thing that I have learned? You understand that? So we're talking about daily goals. We're talking about weekly goals, monthly goals, and even yearly goals, right? Let us proceed. Let us move on to the next one. So when we come to, you write down a strategy on how to achieve them and live each day intentionally. So writing down goals is not enough. You must chart a way forward. How am I going to achieve these goals? One is by utilizing my time properly. One is by making sure that I'm consistent, that I don't give up. I'm persistent on what I'm pursuing. Making sure that no distractors come my way. Making sure that I'm going to surround myself with people who share the same goals as me, who share the same ideals as me. Are you getting that? That way you're going to grow. Now we come to the end of the passage. Let us look at the questions. I want us to look at the questions together, but of course, I'm not going to answer the questions for you. Hoping against hope that you're going to read this story. And actually, after reading the story, you're supposed to answer these questions. Questions for written answers. Why do teachers keep on repeating about success in class? The people who work like a clock are likely to be, are they likely to be successful? Are they likely to be failures in life? Yeah, you're going to give us an answer according to the passage. According to the first paragraph, successful people, let us go to the first paragraph. From time to time, from the time one starts going to school, success seems to be the aim. The teacher keeps repeating it in class, and once you are through with education, it is still repeated at workplace. If you took your time to watch people who work like a clock, you might know why they succeed. Half of their time is spent reading to better understand themselves. Without lifelong learning, you cannot do well. You are not going to get very far in life based on what you already know. So that is the first paragraph. So I expect you to go there having underlined the key points, and then you go back to the question and actually answer the question as per the passage, right? Number 4, according to the passage, why is it important for one to read a self-development book? You're supposed to read a self-development book at least one per month. That is, we read a book per month about self-development. If I might ask you, since we closed the school, how many have you read? Have you read any chapter, any verse? Have you read any paragraph about success, apart from what Mwalimu is talking about self-development? So I'm telling you to read, and read. Are we together? Develop the culture of reading books. That way you become a better person. Number 5, name some of the ways that one can sharpen their mental power. How can you sharpen your mental power? So I said that our brain is elastic. It can never get filled. Did you know that you don't even use more than 10% of your brain? We don't use, it has a very big capacity. If only we learned a lot, if only we read a lot, if only we did a lot, then we're going to have a very wider spectrum of the world, a very wider view of the world that we are living in, right? Very good. Let's go to number 6. What does the law of average state? What does it state? So I read about that, and I said that there is that law of averages. So we are trying to do an average of the friends you have, and then we're going to get what kind of a person you are from the people you surround yourself with. Now, let's go to number 7. Why do you think that the people you spend a lot of time with affect the way you think and do things? Read the story and give us the answer. Number 8, Why is it important to befriend people of higher standards than yourself? You are not an independent thinker. If you want to grow, associate yourself with people of high standard, people who have tasted life, people who know more than you do. That way you're going to grow. That way you're going to know what to eat and what to throw. That way you're going to know the route you're going to follow and the one that you're not going to. You understand that? Number 9, unsuccessful person is likely to, this person who is unsuccessful, this person who does not have a goal in life, does not have goals in life, this person who keep blaming others on his own failures, on her own failures, this person who does not understand where the goalposts are, so is likely to be, yeah, you answer that from the story. Number 10, the universal law of life says that. What is that universal law of life and what does it state? When I was talking about being committed, following your life goals, getting to understand yourself, I said that whatever input you do in life, it has its own way of rewarding you. So give your best shot in life. Do your best. Even the Bible is very clear that we're supposed to do it unto God and not unto man, because we shall be rewarded. So we have the universal law of life. You'll be rewarded. Hard work forever pays off and never goes unrewarded. You understand that? Number 11, according to the passage, independent thinkers. Read the passage and give me the answer to that. Number 12, the best summary of this passage is, what are we talking about in the passage? What have we been talking about? So the summary, try to read and think of what the passage is talking about, and then you give me an answer. And of course, something else before I forget. After reading, you're supposed to copy the questions one after the other, and the answer should be written with a pencil. Clean work, organized work. You understand that? Don't advertise untidiness. Yeah, the way we arrange our work, the way we shape those letters speak volumes about us. So I expect your work to be very neat, very clean, and read the story and understand comprehensively. Now, in the bottom line, I've tried to look at some of the quotes related to what we have learned. Good things in life come to those who do not lose hope. You can see this. Let us read together. We can do anything we want to if we stick to it long enough, if we are persistent. Can we read together again? We can do anything we want to do if we stick to it long enough. There is no limit to what we can do. We have Eliud Kipchoge said that we can become anything. Anything is achievable in life. There is no limit. So give yourself permission to achieve anything in life, yeah? And number 2, each day, I think like a winner. I think with hope. I think with faith. Think like a winner. Don't think like a loser. Think with hope. Think with faith. You understand that? Have a positive attitude towards life. Think positively. When you're given a glass half of water, half with water, think of it having half amount of water, not half empty. If you're given 2 notes, one as counterfeit and other one as genuine, think of it as genuine. Between truth and lies, learn about truth. If you learn about truth, are you following that? Then you'll be able to know what is not true and what is a lie. If you learn about genuine money, you get to know what counterfeit money is with ease, right? Let's go to the next one. No one ever achieved anything by sitting at the bottom of the mountain and wondering if they could succeed. Don't just wish, go for success. Success does not come on a silver platter. So they say, there is no elevator to success. Take each step at a time. You must do something. You do something, you get something. You do nothing, you get nothing. You understand? Yeah, look at these houses. Look at the first one, the second one. Look at the vehicle. Look at the aeroplane. All these are owned by people. You can also own one. If only and only if you set your goals and work towards them. Thank you so much for listening to me. I hope you have enjoyed the lesson. And actually, success is yours. Work hard. Don't sleep. A little slumber, a little sleep, a little slumber, and poverty comes knocking at your door. Thank you very much and enjoy the rest of the day.